Welcome back to another episode of Geek'd Up Bets. I'm Joe DeLeone here with my good friend Sean Anderson. Every single week, we give you the best bets that you need to know for the coming weekend in college football and the NFL. Today's episode, of course, presented to you by our great friends over at the Sports Geek. We are going to give you an early look ahead to this weekend slate of games. We're normally live on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern time, but because Thanksgiving is coming up and everybody is going to be watching games on their couch on Thursday, we wanted to get you these picks ahead of time. If you haven't done so already, go hit the subscribe button, comment below. What are your favorite picks for this weekend? What are you going with? Let us know in the comments. We'll talk you through it if we think it's a good pick or not. Sean, let's start off. Let's get right into it. By the way, are you excited for Thanksgiving?
Oh, yeah. Horizontal. Just give me horizontal, ice down room, all the food, the tryptophan from the turkey, fall asleep, wake up, hit a bet, go back to sleep, wake up, lose a bet, double down on the night slate, and then have myself a card.
What time are you planning on going to bed?
All day.
So you're just not
I'm in and out all day, basically, on Thanksgiving.
You're just going to be comatose. What time do you eat? Does your family eat? What time is your...
I think we're about 4:30, I believe.
That's late.
Yeah.
So you're going to go to sleep before dinner.
Yeah.
You're going to have dinner. You're going to go to sleep after dinner.
Yeah, I'm going to wake up. I'm going to go back to bed. Then I'm going to go upstairs. We'll start picking around at some of the food that I'm not supposed to be eating yet. That'll put me to sleep. I'll wake up for dinner. And then I'll go watch the football, go back to sleep. So it's about the best day I could even imagine with the nice sounds of football on the television.
Well, I completely agree with that. It's going to be an awesome Thursday with a pretty good slate of games. We got blessed with a pretty solid lineup, which in the past we haven't exactly been given. Let's start with college football, though, Sean. As we always do, a quick update on the standings. Mr. Sean Anderson went an abysmal 0-4-3 last week. I bounced back. Your boy went 2-1. 5-4 is my record. 55.5%. Dummy over here. 4-5. 44.4%. You got all high and mighty last week when you went 3-0. You got to stop doing this to yourself, man. You got to stop doing this.
You mean stop having perfect weeks, which is what I might
have this week? And then going imperfect and not hitting a single bet?
Welcome to Rivalry Week, man. This is where all the chips are on the table. We're going to have some fun this week. Hitting winners. That's what I'm doing.
By the way, I will say Rivalry Weekend for placing bets is extremely difficult. And if I go for 3 this week, I wouldn't be shocked because every shred of logic always goes out the window when you have these insane games with deep rivalries in college football. It's unlike any other sport. I will throw to you first. As we always do on the show, we give out our 3 against the spread picks that we like. We alternate. We both can't have the same pick because you are behind. You get to go first. What's your first bet?
Oh, thank you. I am going to the Egg Bowl, and I am taking Ole Miss giving 7.5 to Mississippi State. Crazy rivalry game. I encourage anybody, college football fans, betting fans, whatever, go check out Ross Dellinger's Twitter thread about the history of the Egg Bowl. It is nuts how they get down in Mississippi. But what isn't nuts is that Ole Miss is a better team than Mississippi State. Ole Miss is somehow cutting through all the noise with this Lane Kiffin mess like every year, but it seems like they're handling it better this year. Lane even made a note at the podium this week to say that the noise, not the chatter or the gossip or the rumors, but the noise around the program doesn't affect teams as much in the modern era. I think he's got a good handle on this team. Crazy to think for somebody outside of it watching the drama unfold, but I'm somehow confident in Ole Miss winning by 8 against Mississippi State. Additionally, Ole Miss has won 4 of the 5 last Egg Bowls, Joe.
Have they covered?
Their winning margins in those games have been 7, 10, 10, and 12.
Mistake.
It's not a mistake. Ole Miss wins by 8 in this one.
It's a mistake, Jonathan, because this is not a dumpster fire Mississippi State team like those last years.
Agreed.
This Mississippi State team has been far more competitive. They've been effective at running the ball, going up against an Ole Miss team that has had issues against opposing teams' rushing attacks. Most importantly, Ross Dellinger also published an article on Friday in which he spoke about the current environment that's happening with the LSU-Florida situation with Lane. One of the quotes in the article, whole locker room's distracted. I'm paraphrasing here, but everybody knows what's going on. Nobody's naive. Everybody's aware of their head coach openly flirting with other schools. This is the perfect spot for Ole Miss to be showing up to practice, to being like, why do I want to listen to that dude? And then I'm not saying that they're going to get upset, but for this to be a 3-point game. So you can have that one, dude.
Thank you.
I don't want to touch that.
I will have this one. Normally the ones that you don't want to touch hit.
That's not necessarily true. My first pick that I love, Iowa -6. I knew that was one of your. I knew that was one of those ones that you would have wanted. You took the one that I didn't give a shit about, and I also, spoiler, the opposite pick is going to be in the parlay. I love Iowa -6.5 against Nebraska. This Nebraska team is a dead body. Since they lost Raiola, they had to turn to TJ Lateef, and they have not been good. Not been good. Iowa, on the other hand, has done one thing all year long. Beat the crap out of the bad teams in the Big Ten. This is the perfect spot. The perfect spot for them to win by I just need a touchdown? Absolutely give me the Hawkeyes.
That's so frustrating. That is so frustrating.
I can't believe you left that on the board.
I don't know what I was doing. I knew you wouldn't get it. I should have taken that one first. It's a good pick, Joe. I mean, there's no other team I'd rather bet on late in November when it's going to be cold and freezing, and all you need to do is run the ball than Iowa, especially Iowa playing a team without a good quarterback. Iowa also 7-3 against the spread this year, so they cover. I'm just stupid. I can't believe I let you get that one. Whatever. Next pick for me. Texas A&M giving 2.5 versus Texas. This feels like a perfect game to put a seal on the separation between the two teams this year.
It really feels chalky today.
You're calling me Chalky Sean today? Is that what I'm doing? This is a rivalry. Hey, this is rivalry week.
That's my point.
We're leaning on some chalk. We're leaning on chalk a little bit.
That's my point. You're trusting the chalk a little bit too much.
You think Texas wins this game?
No, I'm just saying there's a little bit of chalk here.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh, is that crazy from you? Oh, basically 2.5 in college football to me is a money line bet. And if you're telling me straight up Texas A&M versus Texas, who's winning that game? Texas A&M. They've been more composed this year. They've been more competent this year. I like how Mike Elko has these boys playing. They are going to beat Texas. They're going to affirm that they were a top 5 team in the college football, and they're going to do it in a resounding victory. It's going to be a good game for Texas A&M.
I don't mind this. I think that the biggest part, and you must have been a Ruffino and Joe show listener last night. We talked about this in our preview. I just don't think that there is an area where Texas is going to be able to find an edge. Their biggest weakness, where they struggle the most, running the football for Texas, that is the only issue that Texas A&M has shown this year. Are they suddenly just going to find their run game? Is Trey Wisner and CJ Baxter going to pop off out of nowhere? I find that very hard to believe, not to mention the fact whenever they've gone up against teams with good pass rushes, they've gotten completely dogged, or just at least good defensive coordinator. So I think Cassius Howell is going to tee off on Arch, and I think that there's an opportunity for that to come to fruition. My next pick, we're going to take Utah, -11.5 against Kansas. This Kansas team's been like really, really falling apart lately. They have not played very, very well at all. I understand that they went toe-to-toe with Kansas State this past week, and it kind of reframed our expectations defensively for this Utah team. But I think that Kansas State game, that was an aberration. That was just a nut-ass crazy game that out of nowhere ended up being ridiculously high scoring, and they were able to come back on. I think that this Kansas squad has been toiling a stretch above mediocrity the entire year, and I think that this is a shot here where Utah needs to take advantage of really flexing their muscles to prove, hey, we're on the outside looking into the playoff. Look what we just did to our last opponent.
It's fun. Yeah, good pick, Joe. I don't hate it. I like that the best I'm ever going to get out of you is I don't mind it. Whenever I have a winning pick.
Well, not unless it's one of my picks that I had on my board.
I think that Utah loves just beating the snot out of teams when there's not a ton going on for them, and they're just going to be the mean Utah team that just hurts you. They think they get off on that, so it's a fine pick. Let's close this one out with my final pick. How about distraction special continued through the year, elevated into the final week of the season before you play an in-state rival. That's NC State giving 7.5 to UNC. Who, guess what? The UNC head coach's girlfriend is now suing one of the most, top-rated investigative sports journalists in the nation right now, and Pablo Torre.
Well, allegedly suing. I don't know if a lawsuit's actually been filed. Well, she might just be threatening.
I guess this is going to be the final nail into the disaster 2025 year for UNC. NC State rolls. All these kids want to get out of there. They have to. They can't be sitting here saying they can't. If I was on UNC, not really playing, think I was going to be coached up, and all I was getting hit with, and everyone's talking about is the head coach and his girlfriend and all that. Nope. Get me off the team. Get me to Thanksgiving. Get me to a nice, inclusive resort that my parents were able to afford with some scholarship money, and let me gain 20 pounds. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not sitting here playing my ass off for this regime in the final week.
I like this one. I'll actually give you a little bit more of an endorsement. Here's my only thing is that UNC has randomly responded in some weeks when nobody expected them to. And I do kind of wonder, has NC State lost the momentum that they had after the Georgia Tech game? They have been incredibly inconsistent, but hey, Bill Belichick has done an awful job of trying to keep his name and his girlfriend's name out of the headlines. And lo and behold, here we are. My last pick that I'm going to go with, I am shocked that this team is not favored. I would actually take the money line, which is a little bit of spoiler for the parlay. Vanderbilt plus 2.5 against Tennessee. I have been out on Vanderbilt this entire year, but this is a game that they win, and they win confidently. I do not think Tennessee has a pulse on defense, nor do I think that they've got any bodies that are going to be able to slow down Diego Pavia. As much as I have said that Diego Pavia has not stepped up against the biggest opponents in some games, he has completely just destroyed secondaries that are significantly below average. I watched Tennessee secondary give up so many big plays against Georgia. I saw them give up so many big plays throughout their entire year. And I think that Pavia, after he's coming off this ridiculous game against Kentucky, a ridiculous game against Auburn, that he's going to go for 400 or at least 300 yards, and that they're going to fly past this Tennessee squad that has been quite fraudulent all year long.
I remember when the 3 permanent teams that the SEC squads would schedule, and everyone was all upset that Tennessee was going to get Vanderbilt every year.
It was crazy.
Doesn't look like it's a cakewalk for Tennessee anymore. Vandy's giving them some real bump. I was staying away from this one just because what if Vandy pisses down their legs? What if Tennessee shows up? What if Tennessee doesn't show up? What if Diego Pavia goes for like 300 scrimmage yards and a couple touchdowns? Like, this one's all up in the air for me. But if you got some rationale behind it, that's fine with me.
There's nothing up in the air to be in the air. The team that has been pissing down their leg has been Tennessee. All right, let's build a parlay. For those that are new to the program, we build a 6-leg parlay together so that when you're hanging out this weekend, you've got something to root for. You can play along with us. You can add your own legs, make it even extra spicy. I am going to start us off here with my very first leg, Sean.
Yeah.
I want Vanderbilt money line at plus 125 against Tennessee. I really like this game, as I just outlined here. I think that they have a nice, solid advantage offensively against a weak Tennessee defense, and we're going to see Diego secure the dub and also position the Commodores to possibly get into the CFP.
That's fine with me. All right. We're rolling with the straight up game decider right now. My first leg, over 50.5 in Miami at Pitt. Pitt just put on a show last week. Miami is a confusing team, but has a possible NFL quarterback and some really good players. So we're looking at some crazy ACC chaos, final week of the season. I think that this could get into the 50s in the total points scored. I saw Pitt, what did they put up, 48 last week against Georgia Tech? Yeah, I want them to keep on rolling. I think they will. Over 50.5.
All right, let me lock this bad boy in. God, this app is just so stupid and bad. And why is it not even showing up? Let's try Miami.
I just took 3 tries to spell Miami. I know.
We're both struggling here. Oh, that's cool. It lets me bet on Swedish women's basketball, but the Pitt Miami game is not showing.
Who's playing
up
right now?
Shut up. Okay, here, over 50.5 points. All right. My next leg that I would like to add to the lay. This is coming from the same game. This is a low odds one. It's just a nice little, just a little plug in. Like, okay, we think that this is going to hit. It's going to be nice and safe. We're going to go Miami money line at -260. So we got to get a safe leg in here. We got to get a leg that we feel comfortable with that helps push this through the door into the next hallway. So we're going to go Miami -250. I think that this is a must-win situation. Mario Cristobal understands what's on the line, and they cannot lose.
I'm going to go with a pick that we're both going to hate, but I think that I'm going to have to roll with the numbers because one of the teams is 9-2 against the spread this year, and it just keeps on rolling, keeps on hitting for me. And trust me, I don't like this morally because the team that I'm betting against in this one, I really like their coach. I think he's a great coach, and it's tough. And you're going to hate this also.
Okay.
That's San Diego State giving 1.5 at New Mexico. And I know that we're going against Eck here, and Jason Eck's a legit head coach, but San Diego State just keeps on winning. They keep on covering. It's just I need to have this in the lay. It's my safe play.
All right. I've got no problems with that. Here's the chaos pick. Every week's got to have a chaos pick. Mississippi State wins the Egg Bowl.
Oh, my God. You're kidding. No.
Wins the Egg Bowl at +235 money line. Anything?
Oh, my God. So this lay is contingent on the Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're dial on Mississippi. Whatever. Fine. Put me in at -118 Texas A&M money line over Texas. Let's just get a winner in here also. So I can know that my legs hit and it came down to you deciding to add chaos in this for also. Oh, I don't like that. All right, fine.
Deal with it.
That's awful.
Deal with it. Well, we can't have all boring chalk picks. We got to throw one chaotic one in. So what's your last one?
I said Texas A&M money line.
Sorry,
-118.
Texas A&M. Yeah, sorry, I got distracted. So I always love this. Always happens. This is the same for you and I who do shows all day. It always happens right in the middle of us doing a show. I get hit with 1 million text messages from people.
Man.
And it's always unimportant shit.
Yeah.
It always looks like someone's like frantically trying to ask you for something, and it's never important.
It's the driest phone on earth for the 2 hours leading up, and the second that you crack the mics, everybody needs to reach you. Yep. I don't know what that is.
All right. Plus 6,963 odds. We're going to throw $3 down to win us $208.91. Seal it. All right. Folks, reminder. Go and subscribe to the podcast if you haven't done so. If you want to add a leg to the parlay, drop it in the comments below. Let us know what your favorite bet is.
I want to remove one also that you
tell us one that you're really pissed off about. Maybe it was the Egg Bowl pick. All right, Sean, let's move on over to the NFL. We got a real special lay for the parlay here, which we're going to get into in a second. It's going to be the Thanksgiving special. Current standings. After I had another solid week, Dum over here. Don't look away.
No,
don't look at me. Make eye contact with me.
Somebody was talking to me, trying to get me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
4-5, 44.4%. Same exact standings as college. I'm 5-4, 55.5% is my current standing. I'll allow you to go first because you are behind. What do you want?
Give me the 49ers giving 5.5 against Cleveland. Give me Robert Saleh not being phased by Shedeur Sanders, the rookie quarterback starting his second game for Cleveland. Great story. I'm rooting for Shedeur Sanders in the NFL. I think he's exciting. I think he's fun. I think he's a good character for the league. I enjoy it. But he's not going to get the better of the San Francisco 49ers. He will not do it. San Fran just walloped the ever so plucky Carolina Panthers, and they're a better team than Cleveland. Cleveland defense is out of their minds. They are playing phenomenally. They get to the quarterback. Don't care. Cleveland might not score a point in this game. They might just get field goals all game. San Francisco is going to get in the end zone. They're going to win this ball game. They will shut down the Wunderkind, Shedeur Sanders.
That was one of my picks that I liked.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that Shedeur played solidly, but this ends up being a spot where he ends up struggling against just a really freaking good 49ers defense. My first pick that I am going to take, give me the Broncos -6.5 against the Commanders. Look, the Commanders have been on bad footing since Jaden Daniels got hurt, and they were also on bad footing when he was even on the field. This Broncos defense is unbelievable at the current moment. This is an opportunity to completely body this Commander squad and win confidently. They are looking ahead towards the playoff. Better yet, they're looking ahead at winning their division. Beat the Commanders, beat them with complete gusto, win by a touchdown or more. I like the Broncos in this spot.
Broncos definitely hold this. They got something to play for. Commanders don't really have much to play for right now. Now that the season's kind of getting whittled down to the haves and have-nots, and we separate the wheat and the chaff. Can I pull off one more cliche? I don't think so. Broncos definitely cover this one. Happy with that pick. Joseph, I'll go against every good common sense decision in my brain, and that's picking the team that I personally root for, and that's Atlanta giving 2.5 versus the New York Jets. Oh my God, you have to beat the Jets. Oh my God, Kirk Cousins, you cannot lose to the New York Jets, who have sold the farm this year. Because they hit it last week.
But every time you bet on them, they don't hit.
I know. But it's the Atlanta effing Falcons versus the New York football Jets. Like, it just can't happen. It doesn't work like this. Atlanta's a better team. They cover 2.5. They are a better team than the Jets. If they aren't, I crash out. I ruin Thanksgiving.
Oh,
that's
you
how
crashing
it
out? That's an uncommon thing. You crashing out, like that doesn't happen every single week
Falcons
when they lose.
2.5. I need it. Need it bad.
All right, my next pick. I like Chargers -9.5 against the Raiders. Now, I understand that they just fired Chip Kelly. There is a potential for a fired coordinator bump where they play suddenly better. Chip Kelly wasn't the problem, man. Geno Smith has been the problem. Offensive line's been the problem. Not having receivers has been the problem. I get it that the Chargers have been relatively disappointing as of late. I do not think that the Raiders can put up any bit of a fight here. I think that the Raiders have been checked out for weeks. They have not been motivated. Chargers have to stay alive in the playoff hunt. To win by 10 points or more is extremely possible. And also, we're talking about a game in which they just lost to the Browns, man. This Raiders team is awful. We're in the last stretch of the season here. Bet against bad teams.
Yeah.
Bet against bad teams.
This is when
Bet
you do
against
it.
bad teams, Sean.
It's when you make your money. I like it. And I also like that you left me my favorite play that I was saving. And that is Tampa Bay giving 3 points to the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals who pushed the uber awful, terrible Jacksonville Jaguars to overtime just to lose by 3. Tampa Bay is better than Jacksonville. Tampa Bay is better than Arizona. Tampa Bay just took one on the chin on Sunday night versus the Rams. They want to get their lick back against a team that they can do so against, and that is the Arizona Cardinals, flopping around with Jacoby Brissett, who, I will note, playing better. Jacoby Brissett's having himself a decent step-in season, but Tampa Bay clears the Arizona Cardinals in this matchup. Only 3 points also. Love this line.
I just had a little bit of pause with this one. Because, what's the deal with Baker? How healthy is he? Is Arizona scrappier than we thought that they were? I don't mind it, though. I think that there's a legit shot here that Tampa Bay flies past the Cardinals.
Tampa don't lose to Arizona. They just won't.
Oh, that is going to get clipped. That one should get clipped. Chiefs -3 against the Cowboys is my last one. I know that the Cowboys are hot, but there's another team that's hotter. The Chiefs need, maybe that's not the best way to describe them. Chiefs need this. Chiefs are desperate. Cowboys, I understand, think that they can get into the playoffs. They're not going to. They're so far down the list. We talked about this on Hack City yesterday.
Yep.
Our other show, our NFL show that we do. There is no way that they're going to be able to get into the playoff mix. The Chiefs have to. They're on the outside looking in. They need to win this thing confidently. I only need a 3-point margin for them to cover. Give it to me. I think the Chiefs get it done. And also, most importantly, I know that their defense is better. I do not think that they're going to be able to stand up and stop this Chiefs offense.
Oh, yeah, I gotcha. Okay. All right. That's your ATS pick. For the lay, I might have a different selection. I'm just giving you a heads up. There might be some Egg Bowl revenge coming.
So if you were tracking last week and you placed the parlay with us, our parlay hit! The 6-leg hit! The can't miss or the probably will miss parlay was a can't misser. We're back to the can't miss, won't miss parlay. All that energy is going into this week's parlay. And because it's Thanksgiving, because you're going to be stuck around a bunch of family members that don't know ball, don't know betting. Oh, what's that app you got open over there? What are you doing over there? You're betting on the game. Why would you be doing that? Because it's fun. We're going to give only picks for Thanksgiving so you can piss off your family member. This is the Thanksgiving parlay to piss off your family when it doesn't hit and you get really upset.
That's right.
Special.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I interjected too soon there. Apologies.
All right. First pick I'm going to add to the parlay. Over 51.5 points. Bengals versus Ravens at minus 105.
I like it. I like this one, Joseph. This is a good one, man.
Joe Burrow's back, baby. This is a chance to get some real big points.
Bengals defense is still terrible. They didn't get better. All the Bengals did was get better at offense. Their defense is still terrible. Ravens finding their footing. I like it. I like it a lot. It's one that I had ready to go. Okay, let's have some fun. I am going Lions money line minus 146 against the Green Bay Packers on Thanksgiving. First game of the Thanksgiving slate. It's going to be sweaty. Detroit is going to come out humming, though. They have arguably, we're seeing the speculation. They have the best running back in the league in Jahmyr Gibbs. Really, really good offense still. Their offense has been good all year. And now this Sam Laporta's injured. Wasn't having a massive season. All right. So the offense, I know they lost a big piece. They didn't lose a ton of down the field production or scoring production with Laporta, at least this year. I understand historically how impactful he is, but this year they're not losing a ton. I like the Lions in this game.
I have a feeling that my other leg here is going to be counter to one of your legs that you're going to give. So I'm going to give a different one here to not ruin your pick. We're going to go over 251.5 passing yards for Joseph Burrow back in his first game. Jamar is back. Dude, this is setting up to be what could possibly be a ridiculous, high-scoring, super fun to watch game in the middle of the day. It's going to be happening at night. It's the last game of the slate. And as you're sitting there comatose, you're going to be jolted up on the couch as he goes over 251 yards.
Yeah, nothing better like waking up out of a recliner nap by a big score. Seeing your intruder. No. Oh, okay.
Jamar Chase caught one.
No.
Okay.
Does that say flowers?
I can go back to sleep now.
All right, Joe. I like that you're leaning on that night slate because I'm going to go mid-afternoon. Cowboys money line plus 152 against the Kansas City Chiefs. They're playing for something bigger than themselves. They still care. They're being jolted up by they're just good, man. They're good. The offense is potent. George Pickens looks like a wide receiver 1. Jake Ferguson is back in the mix. Dak Prescott is playing as the best football he's ever played ever at quarterback in the NFL. Javonte Williams, welcome. The offensive line shutting the hell down, shutting the Eagles defense out. I think they can do that against the Chiefs. I think they could body Chris Jones a little bit. I think that this team is rallied around the unfortunate death of Neeland, and they are playing for something. They're playing for him. They're still carrying the signage. They care. Somehow the Cowboys have resuscitated their season. They beat the Chiefs on Thanksgiving, and they're all the way back. And all the phone lines across America are lit.
I hate you because I had Chiefs money line. Okay, my last leg that I'm going to throw in here because I didn't have a fourth one. I always do this. Every time I don't have a fourth one written down just in case, you always end up screwing me up.
That's all right.
Over 69.5 rushing yards for Jahmyr Gibbs.
That's solid.
This is just one of those games, one of those situations on Thanksgiving. A guy who has been on a prolific run puts up a prolific performance for one of the most prolific teams in Thanksgiving history. We assimilate Thanksgiving with Detroit Lions football every single year. He's the best player on this team. He's super fun to watch. This is one of those ads where there's less analysis and more, I'm excited to go watch him ball out. I hope he goes over 70 yards.
I like it. Someone's got to have the turkey leg on the sideline afterwards. Jameer Gibbs will be one of those players. The other player standing next to him, obviously, it'll be the Studley Jared Goff if Detroit wins. But I guess we're heavy on Detroit in this parlay because I have Amon-Ra St. Brown scoring a touchdown at minus 105. 14 gets in for the one time. It's a nice bet. He's an end zone hungry guy. He gets in on Thanksgiving too. I like this bet.
Anytime minus 105?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anytime.
All right.
Any effing time.
That puts us at 3,016 plus 3,016 odds. A $3 bet gets us $90.50. That is I forget what I named this, the Thanksgiving special.
Yeah.
To piss off your family members. When this hits, ruin everybody's day. When it doesn't hit, ruin everybody's day.
Yeah, it's a win-win for you.
Yeah. Start throwing things, get really excited when it hits. And when it doesn't, get really, just stop talking and shut down.
You can overreact.
Disengage with everybody.
To every single snap. Every single snap you can overreact.
When we get to the late game and Burrow's throwing these big humdinger bombs and the over's approaching for both his passing total and the points, freak out. Ruin everybody's day.
Get mad every time they hand the ball off to Chase Brown. You're slowing down the game. Or you speed it up, I guess. I don't know. Just, it's Thanksgiving. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah, just say whatever you want. No one's got anything to add. All right. Time for Cursed Prop Bets presented to you by Quiz Blitz, your daily sports trivia game. For anyone who's unfamiliar with Cursed Prop Bets, Sean and I create our own non-existent prop bets around things that are happening in sports, in the media, whatever it might be. We put together a prop. We get the other person's analysis on what side, theoretically, they would bet. I'm going to go first here. It's Thanksgiving. We're around our family members. A lot of ball being talked. A lot of potential crap talking with your family members, depending on their rooting interest. I'm in this very extremely unique circumstance. I might be the only person stepping into a household on Thanksgiving with multiple family members that went to the University of Virginia. Now, if you're wondering, and also that follow the University of Virginia football team relatively closely.
Yeah.
For those that are unfamiliar with why this is relevant, they are about to reach the college football playoff. If they win the ACC, they beat Virginia Tech this weekend, they beat SMU, they go to the college football playoff. Those who have been paying attention to me and my coverage, I am against the ACC having a singular representative this year because I don't think UVA is very good. I am going to antagonize them. That is my intention. I am going to get asked about this, and I am not going to hold back, as I never do. So, Sean, over-under on 2 hours, over-under 2 hours, until it takes me to fully rage bait my uncles who went to UVA.
Under for sure. I hope they knock your lights out over Thanksgiving. I hope I see you on Sunday and you got a shiner from a Who's fan. Yeah. I'm rooting for it, man. I'm sure. You know what? This is masterful rage bait because you're not even trying to rage bait me, and I'm filled with rage. But
why?
Just your 15 seconds of explaining you like that the ACC shouldn't have a rep in the CFP, even in a bad year. I understand.
All of the teams that would go to the playoff are going to get worked.
It's good. Hey, guess what, buddy? Same thing happened last year, and same thing's going to happen next year. There's not 12 teams that are going to go out and play perfectly.
No, there
CFP.
are. Miami should get in.
Miami's shit.
Miami's not. Vanderbilt should get in.
Vandy's shit.
Okay, now we're just being mean and mad. Wait, why are you an ACC defender? Since when have you become an ACC defender?
This is where the two biggest schools in my home state are the conference that they're in.
Nowhere near Charlottesville.
I know, but that's where they're from, man.
So now suddenly you're a Virginia fan?
That's why I got ties to the ACC. I got a sibling that played ACC sports. I'm not an ACC hater.
But they didn't go to Virginia. Actually, wait, I forgot.
Is this because ACC wouldn't let Notre Dame in the conference without a whole bunch of stipulations? And you thought
no, that's not what that is. Notre Dame chose not to join the conference.
I'm so sure.
Why would they want to be associated fully for football? They want to maintain their independence. And by the way, apparently Notre Dame is pissed off about ACC openly using their social media accounts to advocate for Miami getting in over Notre Dame. So
yeah, that'd be awesome.
We'll see what happens. Okay, let's see what happens.
Who won that game, by the way?
Are you seriously doing this to me right now?
I'm not trying. Doing what? I forgot it was so early.
So are you flipping the rage bait on me?
I forgot it was so early in the season, but I mean, I guess a win counts if a win counts. Did Notre Dame win that game?
Don't flip this on me.
I'm going to call you and your dad on Thanksgiving and ask that question again. I hope it turns your Thanksgiving upside down.
Okay, so you think
no ACC stand up?
Well, he went to Virginia.
Yeah,
Tech.
he's got ties.
He doesn't care.
What?
I'm going
under.
to though. Oh, you think under though?
Yeah.
I think I can successfully pull that off.
Hope your uncles take you to the woodshed. Just start beating the hell out of you. They should. Okay.
All right, what do you got for your curse prop bet?
Curse prop bet, rivalry weekend. We're in a weird spot with college football, and that is with TikTok, I believe. And that's because of how close everybody has got with sports edits on TikTok and being a TikTok demon or getting some love with the TikTok sports edit of you looking like a tough guy. And we got a lot of that last year. There was an incredible compilation video after the end of rivalry weekend of all these teams fighting each other, fighting for the flag, throwing flags at the stands. Really disrespectful. TikTok
it was probably one of the best weekends
activities.
For this, by the way.
I loved it, by the way. We were on a team that fought often after the games outside of rivalry weekend. I don't even know if we ever fought a rival. We just fought.
Did we fight Brown?
I don't think we ever fought Brown.
Okay.
We just fought. So I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to strap up after the final whistle, which is not what you're supposed to do. Over under 20 fights after the rivalry weekends. Over under.
I love this prop bet. I wish a book would have a line on this. I think somebody with creative. This one you could really have a line on. This wasn't like this has got real legitimacy here.
These kids are trying to be TikTok demons, man. They want to get that love. I think they want to show out. Do the nose swipe. Do the just.
What? Okay, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
What do you constitute as a fight? Is just the hold me back?
No. After the whistle,
contact
made over a flag, a big shot. Okay, it can't all. It could be one-on-one.
20 sounds like a lot, dude. 20 seems like
games going on.
I know.
How many were there last year?
If the line
15?
was 5, I would take the over. Okay, I don't remember enough last year.
There was a lot of clips, brother.
Because you had Michigan State, you had Michigan, Ohio State, you had Notre Dame, USC.
NC State fought.
Riley Mills punched a dude in the head. NC State, UNC fought. God, who else?
Dude, there were a lot of fights, man. It's like a 38-second video. It was the best weekend for fights. It was quick clips also. I think that these players want to fight their rivals after the game, which I think is great for football. Yes. I just think they're doing it for the wrong purposes, which is to go viral on TikTok.
This is I don't even know how to classify this take. This is my very unique hot take. Anyone who says that fighting in football, especially college football, is wrong and that it's bad for the sport, you people suck. You suck. People who say that, you suck. This is coming from somebody who's thrown 2 punches in football games and who has had 2 personal foul penalties. No one defended me when I did it.
Shouldn't have.
No, but I have thrown punches in games. Fighting is a part of football.
Yeah.
It's a war. There's fighting going on every single play that does not result in brawls. There's a lot of heinous things that are said on the field that nobody will ever hear in their lives that is not strapped it up in a college football game. I can't stand when people complain about fighting. And when it happens when you hate your opponent, it makes it so much better. Here's the thing. Mm-hmm. When you see the fighting, it automatically, everybody's triggered into thinking like, oh my God, somebody's going to get hurt. The fighting never lasts long enough that when was the last time somebody got hurt in a brawl?
Everyone's got helmets. Everyone's got pads.
Everyone's punching each other with gloves on. No one's hit each other hard. It's never a real punch. It's just a shove.
When the real fight's happening, you're just getting bopped in your helmet. And when the helmets come off, everyone's running away. Yeah, it's actually probably it's one of the safer ways to fight. Nowadays
you got dudes wearing the pillows on their head. The guardian caps. Like what? It's like a boxing match with fully protective equipment. People are acting like there's going to be some sort of, if they let it get out of hand, then some people can really get hurt. No, they are not going to. Gets broken up pretty quickly. We need more fights.
There was a big one. Who did Kentucky fight? Did Kentucky fight Mississippi State one year during rivalry? That was a great
Mississippi fight. Mississippi State has always had a lot of fights. There's the infamous shoe throw. No, it's not the shoe throw. The dog piss with Elijah Moore. I'm thinking of the shoe throw between Florida and LSU.
The most reckless I can remember
Jesus.
was Kentucky. The Kentucky had a real brawl after a game.
Was it Kentucky Louisville?
It might have been. It might have been when somebody got kicked. Like, it was a good fight. It was a really good one. Look, I think we see over 20. I think we see a lot of guys.
20 is a lot, dude.
Dude, I think we see a lot of guys trying to go viral. I'm not kidding.
I don't think that we're getting. If you set this line at 5, I'd hit the. slam the over.
This isn't just top 25 teams. This is, I mean, there's MAC teams that are going to be fighting. There's teams out west that are going to be fighting. We're going to get a late night fight on Saturday.
As much as I agree that there's fighting that happens often this weekend, I think that you're projecting that it might be just a little bit. To me, over under 20, I think that line or the odds on that would be like plus 3,000. I think that the odds would be very high on that. I think the line should be
not even close
at 5. Well, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy your Thanksgivings. Have a great time betting this weekend. Get your family members in on whatever bets you're going to take, and
get them in on the fights.
Don't start a fight with your family, but encourage them to watch the fights. Make sure you subscribe. Encourage your family members to subscribe as well. At Joe DeLeone, at Sanderson Radio. We'll talk to you guys later.